What up? What up? What up?
Dustin Keegan.
Jon Hewitt. We coming to you today to talk about true transformation, and true transformation was comes when you challenge yourself to try new things. Dustin, so today we talking about true transformation and challenging ourselves to try new things. How you challenge yourself to try new things?
Well, for one, doing this podcast, I'm sitting here nervous in front of this camera, and I'm guessing this is one of the biggest obstacles I've overcome so far is trying to do this podcast, and been leading a men's group here lately.
So that's facing your fears.
Oh yeah, facing my fears is definitely what I'm doing right now.
That's good. That's good. Facing my fears for me, is it's a big thing. Because coming from addiction, I didn't really have many fears. You know what I'm saying? And
I feel you on that, brother.
But and also learning to embrace change. How you embracing change since you got in recovery?
Well, everything in my life has completely changed, from drug court to my faith, coming to church, celebrate recovery, going to church 4 times or 3 times a week and celebrate recovery. I wake up in the morning now, I pray first thing and read Proverbs and read Oswald Chambers and talk to my other brothers in Christ like you in the morning about God.
That's right.
So, everything about life has changed completely for me.
So it's safe to say stepping into new experiences.
Completely new experiences.
Is a big thing. It's a big part of it.
Yes, sir. Sure is.
For me, it is too. Stepping into new things is all I've done since I've been in recovery this time. And for me, it was stepping into new things. Like my dad passed away when I was in addiction. And he was my rock for 41 years. So I've had to realign my whole life around not having him there and not having him as my fallback, and just trying to break free from past habits and living myself for myself. You know what I'm saying, and embracing my walk in faith.
I want to ask you a question, John. I've heard you say before, you've been through drug court before, and you said the last time it didn't take because you did it completely different than you're doing this time. Yeah. So what are you doing different this time to make it different?
Well, I've embraced a lot of change. I've stepped out of my comfort zone completely. Just by coming to church every Sunday. That's something I've never done in my whole life. You know what I'm saying? And it's really become a big part of my life. Now when I talk to people, when I get up in the morning and people will write me on Messenger or whatever, and I'm sitting there telling them, how I'm going to church, and I spend the whole day at church from 9 o'clock in the morning to 5:30 in the afternoon. They're like, wow,
Jon Hewitt at church.
Yeah, but you got to push yourself beyond what feels safe for you, because like I said, if you don't, then you're just gonna fall back into them old safe habits, where you feel comfortable at, and that's if nothing changes, nothing changes. You know what I'm saying? So you got to build confidence. You got to build yourself up, and I believe that by coming to church and coming to celebrate recovery every Sunday, that's a boost of confidence in itself, and then we have the men's group, that we're working on, and then we got the message, the little message group we do every morning. That's helping build me up and boost me up, and also it holds me accountable to to not only myself but to y'all and to God, because it gives me something that that I feel like that I'm expected to do every day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel you completely on that. It's nice also when you got elders in this church like the pastor and Bill. They come to you and tell you they're proud of you and they love you.
Yeah, most definitely.
Instead of them old people on the streets that say they love you but really don't. You know what I'm saying? I really feel the love in this place we're in right now.
Yeah, there's nothing but love here. And it's also good to socialize sober.
I didn't think I could do that.
Yeah, well, I remember you saying that. That was something we talked about in group. was socializing sober. And I remember like the first time we went out, for lunch or whatever.
Yeah.
And you was like, we was riding back up here to come to CR, and you was like, I had fun today. I didn't think, that I could have fun being sober. You know what I'm saying? Because you've had, that's all your life's been based around
Yep.
is getting high and just, but
Which really wasn't fun when you look back on it. It was horrible. I'm not sure what
telling
I
you.
was thinking. I don't know how I called that fun, but somehow I did.
Yeah. So, what new opportunities have opened for you since you've been,
Well, for one, at my job, I'm steadily moving up the ladder. I'm in the OTR truck now doing skidder tires and stuff like that. And that's really outside my comfort zone because I'm nervous every time I go out to do one because it's not something I'm familiar with. I'm having to learn, and being high when I was at work, I didn't want to do anything new. I didn't want to try anything new.
Yeah.
I didn't think I could. I didn't think I was capable of it. But now, in this sober mind frame, I know I can get out there and do something different with my life.
Well, two of the longest jobs that I held in my life, I was high. The whole time I learned how to do the job, which I was doing floor covering one time and then doing landscaping irrigation. And so yeah, for me stepping out my comfort zone, doing carpentry work and custom remodeling now, my bosses have and a lot of stuff I already knew. You know what I'm saying, but having to go back and do it sober, and it's it's a whole different process to me, and it's just something different. So what coping skills have you learned since you've been in recovery? To help you deal with when you're nervous about a situation that you're stepping into. This new to you?
Well, for one, prayer and meditation. I spend a lot of time quiet, just thinking.
Yeah.
And, another coping skill I just found is this little cross. I've been about to rub in half over here.
Does it come bent like that?
Yeah, it goes
Okay.
bent.
I guess that works out then.
But just everybody says the 3Ds and play the tape out and all this stuff we learn in these classes, but really prayer is the biggest thing for me.
Yeah.
Thinking, what would God want me to do, and realizing there is a God looking down on me and has got my back completely.
Yeah. Well, for me, stepping out my comfort zone and getting, up in the morning an hour early. Most mornings, anyways, I can't say that I'm a 100% perfect at it every morning. Because some mornings I feel like just laying in the bed till, whatever time I have to get up. But most mornings getting up and reading in the Bible, getting in the Word, and taking time, to meditate with God, and get in touch with Him. That's been a real big coping skill for me. I feel like that it kind of helps me face discomforts in my life. You know what I'm saying? And also it helps me start off my day on a good note. It uplifts my spirit. Ever since the first day I started, reading Psalms 1, and I've been reading a Psalm a day, and I'm gonna go on through the whole book of Psalms like that. But that's one thing that I've been doing, and it's really been helping me deal with day-to-day struggles. Because I read that Psalm in the morning, and then I take my time, I pull it up on my phone, and during the day I go back and reflect on that, in different aspects of my life, whether it's causing me trouble or something, something I might have going on that day, whether it be my boss making me mad or, something like that, just the jobs that I do, because it's stressful, and dealing with stress is a big part of, of recovery and learning how to deal with it without getting high, I think that's a big part of recovery anyways. What do you think?
Oh, I spent 20 years waking up, and the first thing I done was get high. Just to go to work. I tell myself I gotta get high just to make it to work.
That's right.
And now I feed off the Word. Now I wake up in the morning, and that's my food in the morning is, I wake up, I drink my coffee, I read the Bible, and it, like you said, it puts you in a whole different mind frame for the day, in a positive place. Because it seems like no matter what I'm going through, when I open the Bible up, there's something in that Bible that touches me in my heart somewhere.
Hits you right over top of the head.
Oh, and then if I know I'm not doing right, it hits me there too. It don't discriminate.
Yeah, that's right. So what about how's how you been dealing with your self-esteem? Because I know for me, whenever I was getting high, and being out there running the streets, and you might think you look all good.
I weighed 133 pounds.
I can only imagine. Boy, you was probably like a stop sign post.
Yeah, I'm about 270 now.
No, but so how? I mean, how's that boosted your self-esteem?
Well, it's just like a lot of times I wake up in the morning to a note from my mom on the coffee maker that tells me she's proud of me and she loves me. Like I woke up this morning and said, "I hope you have a great day. Love you from the bottom of my heart." And it's just
that's got to make you feel.
Oh,
good,
it's something I ruined that with her for so many years, her and my son. Yeah. And now to hear them say they're proud of me, even my boss at work, and just who I am as a person, I'm proud of that. And that, it makes my self-esteem through the roof because I know I'm a better human being than I used to be.
Exactly right. Yeah. I my boss tells me all the time, he's a spiritual guy, and then his daughter on top of that, she's working on a job we're working on now with us. And I got to ride, she brought me back from West Point the other day to group, and we got to talking about where I'm at with my walk, and just talking to her, she was like, I see a 100% change in you from where you was a couple of months ago, because she's actually the one who started talking to me about getting into church and stuff like that, and at first I was just kind of like yeah I think and then but then we took the steps, like you brought me up here and we got baptized and stuff like that, and then every Sunday except for lights out the other Sunday I've been here, so I definitely know growth is happening in my life, and it's it's all because of God first and foremost, and staying clean and sober, and surrounding myself with a group of like-minded people, and having people hold me accountable for the stuff I do. Not only that, but we've had several talks, in Celebrate Recovery, and the small group afterwards, and then the men's group and stuff we do on Tuesday night. People are watching you everywhere,
Yep.
And it's kind of made me think, more on how I act, and giving me a different look on the way, on the way I carry myself, and so
even our teacher Beth at Pathways holds us to a higher standard because of us and our walk.
Yeah. Not only that, but she does. She really does. She's a trip with me, but she says she's proud of me. She says she's seen a 100% change in me, since the first time she met me, and now where I am, and then not only that, but being in the men's discipleship group, it kind of holds us to a higher standard too.
I've never had a group of men in my life that I could talk to or felt like I could call if I needed something ever in my life. Well,
being men,
you don't speak your feelings.
Yeah. Well, I watched this thing. I think it was on Facebook. It was a little reel, and they was saying, who do you call? They were asking men, who do you call on when you have something go bad in your life or wrong, and
nobody.
I can think like 90% of the men on there, they said, what do you mean? Who to call on?
Oh, I can call somebody?
Yeah. Or I can call somebody, and it really does make a difference, having y'all that we can call on, and, people this trying to make, a better improvement in our lives. And so it really helps me out, and fulfills voids in my life where, like, say for instance, me and my dad used to have talks every day. Well, now I don't get to do that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't have somebody I can talk to, personally. So that's probably why I call you about every day on video chat and talk to you for, 15, 20 minutes or, so on and so forth. But that just fills a void in my life to where, as before, I was feeling it with getting high, and small talking with my dad or whatever, so it helps me out, and I truly am glad for y'all. So
So did you ever think you'd be leading a men's discipleship meeting?
no, I really didn't. And that's another thing, stepping out of my comfort zone. I was nervous to death about that.
I was nervous for a whole week.
I wasn't nervous that long. I wasn't really. I mean, I didn't really think about it till the last day. But it's really a good thing because, like I said, it can't do nothing but build you up. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And that's what it's all about, is building yourself up to be a better person in life.
I think we're doing a pretty good job, homeboy.
Yeah, I do too.
We've come a
I do
long
too.
way.
I mean, from where we come from, because I come from a 3-bedroom house with, we had 4 kids and then parents. You know what I'm saying? And we just had a 3-bedroom house, so I slept on the couch in the living room, probably over half my life. Well, over half my childhood and teenage years. Until I got out running the streets and started, staying here and there and everywhere. So.
Well, you done come up now. You got your own place. You got
Yeah.
your own bed to lay in every night.
Yeah, man. And it's funny. I tell people now. I'm the leaseholder on that house. You know what I'm saying?
That's amazing.
Nobody else. You know what I'm saying? That's all me. That I did all that, and nobody can't take it away from me. Me and my ex roommate has been, we've been kind of back and forth about it, but that's beside the point. I don't even let him get under my skin about it. He had wrote me some messages, and I knew, that he was, just overreacting because he has his own stuff going on, and I think that's a big growth in me because back in the day,
you wouldn't let it go.
It wasn't even a year ago, since I've been in drug court. No, I wouldn't let it go. So this has just happened over, the past 6-8 months.
Yep.
That since I've been coming up here and starting to change my life. I see God working in my life. And it's it really is, like I said, it really is it's really a true transformation of life for me, all the way around. Being in recovery this time because I'm looking at it from a whole different, aspect. And I look at it not from so much as a 1-dimensional or 2-dimensional view. Now I'm looking at it from like a 5-dimensional view. You know what I'm saying? I look at the bigger picture. The bigger picture. It's about a bunch of pictures put together to make one. You know what I'm saying? So that's and
I'm looking at this walk with this church and the CR is, I'm gonna be out of drug court in November.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna be held accountable by a court system no more.
So, I mean, what are you going to do to stay busy?
Well, that's why I'm in the church like I am, and trying to do things with the church. That way, I already have my life set out the way I want it to go, and I can just keep continuing instead of waiting until drug court's over and trying to figure out a new way to do things. I'm already trying to set the stones up the way I want to go in life. And
so, how often are you in church every week?
Tuesday, Wednesday, Sunday, twice. And then if we go do a men's breakfast or a men's dinner, try to be here every time the door's open.
That's right. Yeah, I mean that's what you got to do though. If you want to stay clean and sober. I mean, like I said, I don't know about you, but for me, I've had so many relapses and so many, goes at, and then I think, well, I got one more ride left in me. You know what I'm saying, or whatever, and this is my last ride. I mean, I don't, I really don't have any more runs left.
My last ride about killed me, literally.
Well, I mean, especially, as far as like going to prison, I mean, I can't see myself going to prison no more. I mean, it's a war zone. I got some buddies who are in prison, and they stay in constant contact. Maybe not constant contact, but on a every other week basis or something like that. They'll hit me up or whatever. And I got one really personal homeboy. He's like my little brother. He's in, I think, Calhoun State Prison. He said it's a war zone up there, and I mean, I'm 42, fixing to be 43 years old. I ain't trying to go I'm not trying to be called to the army, to the front line. You know?
No,
I don't
I'm
know
good.
about you,
I'm
but I'm
good.
not trying to be called to the front line. You know. So what are you? I mean, what are you doing now to change? You know, to change like your whole life being revolving around. I know you had said that you woke up in the morning and all you did, from getting high then to all through the day getting high. So what are you doing now to change your life up, like, from your whole life revolving around substance abuse?
Well, I go to work and I've even changed what I listen to on the radio.
Yeah,
I've listened. You ride with me. I listen to a lot of Christian music. Me and you singing out heart fight, hallelujah.
yeah,
But I just try to listen to something good. You know what I'm saying? And just now I'm looking at things I never looked at, like the sky, and listen to the birds chirp, and just kind of seeing my surroundings instead of masking everything with drugs. And it's just I want it so bad. I don't want to be high no more. I don't want to disappoint my loved ones no more, or disappoint my people I'm around now, like the men I hang out with. And it's just,
what makes you want it so bad?
I'm not sure. It's just God's taking over. I never thought that would be me.
Yeah,
I've never been a Christian man. I've never tried to get into my faith. Well, I did try one time. I got baptized one time before, and it didn't stick.
Yeah.
At all. I was right back at it.
Yeah.
But like you said, I can't go to that war zone. I'm too old. I'm done. And I'm loving life right now, and I'm actually loving it.
Yeah.
I'm not stressed out. I'm not paranoid. I'm not worried.
Well, I still have stresses, but like Pastor Greg was talking about this morning, that kind of, it's kind of a slap in the face to God, so to speak, because if you're 100%, and that's something that I struggle with, is placing my wholehearted faith into everything, and I'm working on it, but it's hard to have it's hard not to have stresses in life. Especially when you're coming from. We have to, as being in the drug court program, we have to have certain things this requirements that we have to have, like like an address. You have to have an address, and they're going to verify that. You have to make all these classes and all these appointments and stuff like that. And it's not that it's not like it's not a whole lot to do, but it's just awkward times. And then on top of that, I don't think I've had a full week's check since I've been working there. I hadn't had 40 hours check where I work at. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I've got to work nights and weekends just to make up the time.
Yeah, and but I look at working now as then I was looking at it just for re-up money or whatever back then, but now it's my whole thought process on it has changed. Now I'm looking at it like this is my livelihood. People ask me are you off on Saturdays? No, I'm not off on Saturdays because I have to work to make up for my time that I take off for drug court and stuff like that, and so
I think it's a blessing to be able to wake up and go to work.
It really is. And have that mindset where you're ready to learn something every day. Not only that, but be able to wake up and read the Bible and have the mindset. I think it's amazing for me that, that I wake up in the morning and I have the mindset of being able to want to read the Bible, being able to want to get in the Word, being able to want to pick up the phone and text like-minded guys who, who are going through some of the same stuff, going through some of the same things that I'm going through in life, or who have been through some of the same things that I've been through in life. And it's just, it's really great to have that to fall back on and to lean on, to crutch on.
All right, but it looks like we got to wrap this up, man. I think we done hit our time limit.
All right, well, y'all guys have a good day, and God bless.
All right, God bless you.